Hey, Alex, let me run something by you real quick.
Want some vodka?
All right, so I was talking to Jay.
Good, thank you.
Okay.
I was talking to Jay about this yesterday. I asked him, and he was judging me. So when the winter, it's nice and cool. Leaving a ketchup bottle in your car for extra condiment, is that some fat boy shit or is that acceptable?
That's super fat boy shit.
So
that's obesity 101.
So like I can't just leave a bottle of ketchup and maybe a bottle of mustard.
You can do whatever you want, but we're gonna call you a fat boy. You got that in there.
I even said maybe just like a small jar of pickles, cause
some relish, little spoon in there.
All right. Don't mind if I break out my condiments. Yeah, so just because it's the winter, it's cold, just leave some condiments in there.
Wow, that's super fat boy shit.
Hey, what did John say? What the fuck is a condiment?
He thought you
it's
meant
not something
condom.
you put on your dick.
Oh, I felt good.
Okay, well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of this
I shit it out myself.
insightful buffoonery. Today is July 31st. It's a beautiful Friday. It's sunny outside. Again, welcome again, Alex, to Little Chuck's house.
Hey, hey, hey.
It's been a little while.
It's been
Back
a little
at it.
while. Yep, back at it again. Today you have today off. You're not grinding it at work.
No, sir.
You were working
God.
as you call it, dick sucking hours.
Oh yeah, your dick sucking.
Usually that's the case on Fridays.
Dick
Not
sucking
today.
hours.
Dick sucking hours, right?
Yeah,
So-
You're
unfortunately.
under your boss's table,
Right.
huh?
Not that serious. Just trying to get a couple extra pennies to pay bills, man.
Yeah, okay.
That's not a bad thing, man.
No. If you gotta suck, you gotta suck it.
Damn.
Well,
Vulgar.
then.
All right. See where you're at.
Yeah.
Well, we see where
Wow.
this is going.
Yeah.
So, anyways, again, LQ, welcome back. Glad to have you here. Welcome, Little Chuck, and thank you for having us into your fine home with these fine condiments and snacks.
Condoms.
I think this was supplied by Patches Catering.
Oh,
Thank you, Patches Catering.
Shout out to Patches.
Shout out to
Shout out
Patches.
Patches.
Check out the links below. Give a like. Obviously, he's not very good at catering, but he's trying. So
Only organic products from Patches.
only organic products from Patches.
Yes.
So definitely check out the links below. Again, thank you again, Gary, for having us. And Gary seems to have a fascination with reptilians and Bigfoot. I don't know if it's all in one person or one thing.
Yeah, is it a reptilian and a Bigfoot?
I don't
Or
know.
are they two separate entities?
Two separate.
Two separate entities.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So, Gary, you want to kind of give us a brief rundown on this reptilian Bigfoot?
They're garbage dumpsters.
Well, they have nothing better to do, huh?
Would dive in the garbage.
Dumpster divers.
Dumpster divers.
Avid.
Whatever.
Avid.
Avid dumpster
yeah.
divers.
Yeah.
So have these reptilians and Bigfoot been spotted in Minnesota?
Nope.
No.
In Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin of all places.
Wisconsin.
How can you tell who's a reptilian?
I can't. I've never seen one.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow. So neither have you seen a Bigfoot either.
Nope.
What is the
Well, I've seen one. He's next to me.
Oh, that.
That's baby Bigfoot.
Bean squatch.
Okay. Bean squash.
Baby squatch.
Okay. So anyone taller than you consider Bigfoot. Jeez.
So pretty much everybody.
Yeah, it's not, it's not a very hard
Well,
requirement.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, fascinating.
Yeah.
Yep. So, LQ, the last time that we spoke, we touched on the topic of the Washington Redskins,
We did.
and you and I didn't think that they would ever change their name because of the long history, but they did. Now we don't know what they're going to be called. I thought they were going to be called the Washington Apples, but maybe that name's already taken.
George Washington.
So, what are your thoughts now that the NFL allowed them to change, or whoever wanted them, but now that they changed their name, and I guess this whole progressive movement is moving along.
Right. Well, I
So-
think the pressure finally hit to the point where they said we've got to do something about this. We've got to get rid of the red skins.
Right.
Just there's no black skins. There's no slanted eyes. There's no super racist names like that. So now they're called the Washington Football Club or football team.
Until a name can be chosen.
Yeah. So this year they're going to be the football team. Just
Right.
generic. Probably
So-
with a W on their helmet.
Just a W, like
Probably.
a college, like
Yeah.
Wisconsin or something.
Something like
Would
that.
have a symbol of that.
Mhm.
So with that being said, so what about all the gear that's been produced? Now is that going to find its way to a third world country, and we're going to see videos of little teenage people or little teenage kids in Rwanda wearing Washington Redskins Super Bowl champion shirts?
Oh, I'm sure. It's got to go somewhere.
It's got to go somewhere. And then all future earnings from Washington Redskin apparel. Now, will they still manufacture it? You'll probably be able to find it on eBay. Somebody's out there because now they're relinquishing their right to the name Washington Redskin. Is how I'm guessing that's going to work.
Right.
So I think South Park did an episode on this where the name was now public domain and Eric Cartman was capitalizing on it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That was
So
an
there's some
episode.
Eric Cartman out there right now making coffee
Oh,
mugs.
no
and-
doubt. No doubt. There's always an underbelly or a different world online that'll sell stuff like that.
that will sell that paraphernalia that people want. Because like myself, I'm trying to find the Yahoo or Wahoo Indian.
Chief Wahoo.
You kind
Chief
of look like a
Wahoo
wahoo.
I'm trying to find
Or
that.
a Yahoo.
Wild out Yahoo.
Right.
I'm trying to find that cap, but I'm not able to find it at like your brother's lids. They discontinued selling those.
Oh, did they already?
I believe so because
Okay.
now when you go onto their website and you type in Indians MLB, you're gonna get just the letter C, like the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, wouldn't the Cleveland Cavaliers also want to change their name? Because Cavaliers, isn't that associated with like the 1800s, the army that round up the Indians?
Who fucking cares?
Right, but wasn't that the white people?
Right.
So therefore, overlook it.
Overlook it until someone really makes a big stink about it.
There you go.
So-
That's a good name. Washington Cavaliers.
There, yeah, but then
Well, I
could two names be taken in two different sports?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's multiple names. Yeah.
Yeah, then you just never know. So with that being said, it did change. We were probably both like, damn, they did buckle to the pressure of everyone saying, hey, you need to change that name.
To our surprise.
Yes,
they did
to our
finally
surprise,
buckle.
yeah, they did change it. So now with everything going with COVID-19, MLB is back. You've been watching it.
I have been.
And you find it quite weird.
It's weird. It's the sport, but it's not the sport because of no fans. So it's super strange because the fans bring so much energy to the sport that makes a big impact.
They
on
do,
it.
they do.
Yep. But now if you watch like Fox, like for example yesterday, you have the fans that are digitally put into the stands now.
Like a video
So they'll,
game.
they'll show it, and you're like, those aren't real people. Yeah, and you'll see them fake cheering. And you're like, but the funny thing is when they pan back over and they pan back to the stands, you see it empty again. So they're not exactly like
On
in
cue.
sync on
Yeah.
cue with this.
Somebody's like, hey, man, where the fuck's the cameraman going?
yeah, right.
So
Wow.
it's like some EA Sports type shit.
Yeah.
Video game.
Really?
highlights. Wow.
So it's like you're really watching EA Sports, or you're watching live action, but in the back, they're putting whatever fans. You think someone's going to hack the thing once, and you're going to see like somebody going, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure because the NBA's putting live fans on the boards now in Orlando for their games. They're showing like 300 fans from a certain team, and they're showing them cheer like after baskets and stuff. So imagine
Right.
some wild card comes out and is like, yeah,
just to see that person.
right, some who cares type sea lions.
Right.
Like,
just
yeah.
just to be that person, because I think even in the MLB, before we went into this whole COVID, like last year, there was some girls that were belonging to some magazine, but for their promotional, they'd lift up their shirts and show their breasts.
To who?
These couple of girls, and on their breasts or something would be written the name of the .com
Yeah.
of the magazine.
I remember that.
Right. And so I'm guessing none of that guerrilla advertisement is going to pan out for people like that unless, like you said, they're showing real life fans after every basket and someone decides to do something like that because that would be really some guerrilla type advertisement.
That's why I'm guessing there's some kind of delay built in.
Okay,
to
gonna be
where
like a
they
2
just-
second or something.
Yeah, maybe a couple seconds.
Like what they do with the
stop that.
swearing and all that.
And that's what they were doing.
And that's what's
too.
kind of funny because, like with the NFL or MLB, because the audio was like live, that sometimes you would catch somebody swearing like "fuck you," you know, or something in the stands with the NFL. Sometimes you hear even the players like, "Man, fuck that shit."
Right.
You know.
And even more so now with no real fans in the building.
You think so?
Yeah, you can hear it more now. Like they had a few during the NBA I was watching last night. They had a few that was just like dead air. Then, what's up with that call? Then dead air. Cuss.
Wow.
LeBron snapping on somebody.
Oh, really?
You can pick it up more because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get more mics and more camera angles in now because
To make up for
to
that.
make up for the lack of fans and the
Right.
more of a real experience to it.
But that
so.
still doesn't bring a real experience because again, the fans, like you said, bring the game to life.
That intangible.
Their energy,
Right.
their energy that the ball players or the players interact with when they score, when they get fouled. It's the fans that kind of dictate the flow of the game.
Exactly.
Not so much the players. You know, is what I'm thinking.
Hands down.
Now, what the fuck is 64 Dogmen Encounters, Gary?
That's them cheering the fans on, man. Yeah.
The Werewolf of London over there.
Did you know that that's a trilogy?
I did not know that.
There's 3 songs.
Yeah, did you know this?
No.
We looked it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 3. We never heard the other 2, but
So
Okay.
one day
Trilogy of
we're
what?
driving and we're listening
Werewolf in London, the
to
song.
who
The
sings the
trilogy.
song?
Warren Zevon.
Warren Zevon was singing Werewolf of London, Werewolves of London, and then we were quite because it's a storyline. You can tell from the lyrics. You know,
Hey, I didn't know. I didn't think it was really about a werewolf, but apparently it's really about a werewolf.
Yeah,
I thought it was
He's
like
talking
a.
about eating
Oh.
beef chow mein in the song. You know?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I thought it was like about like a,
or mutilated a little old lady.
yeah.
Right.
Dang.
I thought it was a song about like a lawyer, you know, something like that. But apparently it's about a real fucking werewolf.
But it's a trilogy. It's how was it a trilogy?
Well, because there's 3 of them, which makes it a trilogy.
Right. But we only hear the
No, you
werewolf.
only hear the one.
Well, what was the first movie?
No, it's a song.
No, it's
Oh,
a
the
so-
song.
it's
So
a-
you're saying it's like a 3-song album type thing? Or a 3-song?
It's 3 songs.
Just
There's
3
3 of them.
songs.
Oh, there-
Werewolves of
Where's your
London is the
iPad?
first one. Right here.
pull it up once. Yeah, so it's a 3-part song, but the only one that we really hear is the Werewolf of London.
You still have
Because
that
that's the
HDMI
one
cord hooked
that
up there?
everyone
Or
that
do you
I
want
guess
to
that's the more catchy one.
Right.
Did you want
But
that
the other
HDMI
two,
cord that
Where's
we had
that?
there?
I don't think we ever really
Which
heard
one's
it.
It's,
Maybe because it's not as catchy as
I-
the
you wanna
Werewolf
look
of
at it? It's not
London.
there. I think I seen
And
it.
I forgot who he wrote these
Yeah,
with.
it's in
But he
the,
wrote them with somebody else
box
that
underneath.
was also pretty famous in that.
Okay.
I got this one.
But yeah, just never knew it was a 3-part
I
trilogy.
had
of a
no
song.
idea. They used to play that song at the Wolves game.
Really?
Little fun fact, yep. That's the Wolves theme in it. They used to play Werewolves of London at Target Center.
Mutilating a little
Yeah.
old lady.
Yeah.
Eating beef chow mein.
How
Where was the thunder?
Yep.
So, we have a topic suggestion from a longtime viewer, Sufong. Sufong.
Shout
Oh,
out
yeah.
Short Round.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Short
Short Round. Hopefully
Sufong.
we can get Short Round on this tomorrow.
How
Hopefully.
you make fuck?
His topic.
You do know he's Laotian, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
His topic suggestion was the child
Alex, do you know how to make-
trafficking
You know how to
ring.
make cornbread?
That's racist.
1/4 of me does.
Ain't nobody touching my cornbread.
Okay, so Joey, what was this?
Well, if you would have stopped fucking talking, you would have heard what I said.
That's true.
You fucking
Please proceed.
bitch. It was about the child trafficking
Oh,
Yeah,
going on
Short Round's been
in
reading
Hollywood
articles
and whatnot.
about the exploiting of young children
in Hollywood.
in Hollywood in the media.
Hey, matter of
So
fact.
we condemned Epstein for his actions, But Short Brown.
Well, not to interrupt you, but
No.
Corey Feldman did something on that
Right,
too.
right, yeah, you're right. Corey Feldman's touching base something about this.
He's doing
writing
a
tell-all
documentary
books.
or
He's
something
leading
like
the
that.
way. He's a pioneer.
Oh yeah, he's being a pioneer in the exploitation of
telling-
exploiting Hollywood, of exploiting.
He called out
children.
Barbara Walters and Matt Lowry.
Well, what did Barbara Walters do to exploit?
She tried to tell him that he's ruining the industry by bringing this stuff up.
So it's like hush him up type
Yeah,
deal.
like shut
yeah,
up.
but the old bitch is old.
And then Matt Lowry tried to ride him, and then
Matt Lauer?
Matt Lowry, my fault, Lowry.
Matt Lowry.
But anyways,
only being the guy that liked to sodomize women in his hotel room.
yeah, and
He's got a dark past.
and just think, a month after he did the interview with him, what happens? He gets called out.
Well, yeah.
For-
Apparently, he locked some woman in his
Yeah.
room and
After
and
he
decided
just got
to
done trying
sodomize
to-
her and but
And then after he
allegedly.
just got done trying to tell Corey Feldman that,
Well,
he
Corey
needs to be
Feldman
quiet.
is an interesting person because.
Well, the two Corys are really interesting.
Yeah.
There's two
Corey
Corey.
Haim died.
Okay, yep. Corey
Yeah.
Haim died of a.
Yeah.
How
Overdose.
did he pass?
Overdose, wasn't it?
Thought it was drug related.
Drug
but
related.
You have to fact check that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I think
Corey,
it was overdose, though.
Corey. What was his last name? Corey.
Corey Haim.
Corey Haim passed away,
Yeah.
and now there's Corey Feldman,
Yeah.
who
Is-
was a hardcore MJ Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah. Well, he was a child actor.
He was a child actor, and I think he slept at MJ's
He
house.
was on the Goonies.
So,
He
yeah, he
was.
was a big actor in the Goonies.
Goonies.
Great movie. If you're a white suburban kid, so
And then
Great
what
movie.
was that? What was the vampire one?
that
3/4 of me likes that movie.
You remember the vampire one he was on?
that was
When they both were on it and they were trying to
Both
get
Corey's, right?
both
yeah.
Corys were on
That
one.
was what vampire movie was that? Why am I thinking Breaking Day?
That was with Keith Sutherland's son.
right.
That was
No,
in
that
it.
was with Donald Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland. Keith Sutherland.
Keith
was in it.
Sutherland is his son.
Yeah.
Um,
He was in it.
Can you look that up real quick?
Oh,
Vampire movie with Corey Feldman
Corey,
and Corey
yeah.
Haim.
Yeah.
Two Corys.
And
They had a
Kiefer.
reality show called The Two
And
Corys.
with Kiefer.
there's a creator on Nickelodeon.
Called God.
He created like all that and the Amanda Bynes show and some other shows, but Nickelodeon cut ties with him due to allegations of sexual abuse and all this other shit
He cut ties with Amanda.
with
Amanda
with
too,
kids
didn't
and
he?
shit.
Because she had a little flip out.
Yeah.
She
Probably
flipped
from
out.
that sexual abuse shit that she was part of it, but yeah, apparently he liked to
she
get
freaked
handsy
out.
with the kids.
Wow.
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
that. All that was still a great
Yeah,
show.
there's a lot of truth in the Hollywood cover-up, though.
Yeah, man, I don't
People
know. What is
trying
it
to
with-
protect the whole scene? It's
Oh,
it's
what
a
is it
movie
with
very
was
the-
The Lost Boy?
The Lost Boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
Lost
you
Boys,
go.
great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
If you're white, not a lot of minorities in that movie.
What is it with rich white folks and little kids?
I don't know. I
Weird,
think
man.
it's been like that since the days of.
I shouldn't say rich white. Just rich people in general.
Well,
It is. It's just the absolute power corrupts absolutely, like the old phrase
right.
goes.
And what's funny about that, because when you look at it, it's probably since the time of Shirley Temple. She was a child star.
He's going black and white on us.
Right. That's how
Wow.
far back it goes.
I heard she
This culture.
they did like sexual or they sexualized her in a lot of those movies.
They might have. I mean, I've really never
What?
seen
For
much
back
of her.
then,
movie.
probably
Shirley
showing
Temple?
her neck was
Really?
probably sexualized.
Right.
either,
You know,
just
whatever they
how
made
it
her
was.
wear.
Well, like
But-
I think
but it's been going
one
on-
scene they had her like
The culture's
dancing in
been
her-
going on since those days. What they call Golden Hollywood.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of dirt on
A
Golden
lot
Hollywood.
of dirt on Golden Hollywood.
And
And they wanna
Corey
shut
Feldman
people
is
up.
bringing it out. He's
And
bringing
what's
it
funny
out.
is those actors are all dying off because they're all up in their 80s or whatever, so they don't talk about it. You know. But what's funny about it, The Godfather was written by Puzo. Anyways, whoever wrote The Godfather, if you ever read the book, books and movies aren't always exact the same. They have to cut something out because the translation from book to film doesn't always come together. So when I read the book, The Godfather, I actually read,
Good job.
Read this with some time on my hands.
Skipped a lot of pages.
No.
I
But
actually,
there's
actually
scenes,
Read the short words.
there's
Yeah.
scenes in there where he goes
Duh.
more in depth.
And
Wow.
stop.
Buffoon's looking through the pictures. Where are the pictures in this thing? Give me this Dr. Seuss bag.
Well, it was quite a big thing because it's a novel, so it was definitely more than 25
He
pages.
said, when does Al Pacino come in?
Right.
Where the fuck is Al
Now
Pacino?
you're reading J.R. Tolkien too, The Lord of the Rings,
That is a little heavier reading.
or the Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones books.
Oh, fuck
The
that.
much
shit.
awaited Game
Winter
of
is
Thrones.
coming.
Winter is coming. I think that's on every other page in that fucking script or that book. Here, make sure you say this. Make sure you say this. But anyways, when I read the book, The Godfather, some of those scenes that we're familiar with, the book went into more detail. Like when Sonny was banging the chick in the bathroom at the wedding. But
No, he wasn't banging her in the bathroom.
it was in the bathroom.
No, it wasn't.
Where was it?
It was in the bedroom.
Well,
In the
That's what
book, it was in the bathroom.
In the
it
book, it was in the bathroom.
okay.
That's what
But
he's talking right now.
In the movie, he was banging her upstairs in the bedroom.
right. Well, in the book, it went in more depth about how her pussy would hang, her lips, and how she got an operation to tighten those up.
Graphic.
Yeah, very graphic. So I'm sure when they said, "Hey man, this ain't really gonna translate into the movie," so they said we're just gonna cut this
But that's
out.
what you're right about that. The books are way more descriptive.
Right, they're way more descriptive.
Way more.
And then so there's a scene in there when
Have you ever read 50 Shades of Grey?
no,
I
not
suggest you
yet.
read it. Great read.
Okay,
It's a great read.
sounds like a good book to read alone.
Very erotic.
Or fast forward through the movie.
Sound like I need to play some certain music while I read that.
Wow, wow, wow.
So when I read,
Cheers. I didn't even make it 30 seconds into the book.
Oh man.
That's pretty fucked up. At least I could make the page 40 or something.
Okay.
Like my Miami TV podcaster, he's like, I don't even know what she was talking about. I didn't make it. Yeah, because you were looking at them titties.
Just one today. But okay, back to the Godfather. So the scene when the lawyer, whoever that was, played by what actor was that played by? The lawyer. He was that white dude. It was the Corleone's lawyer. His name was Tom something. Anyways, when he went to go meet the Hollywood executive to work out a deal for that has-been Italian singer, so in the book, he arrived at the airport or somewhere, and when he was waiting for them to pick him up, he says that he noticed that they were escorting a young little girl, no more than like 12 years old, off the plane with her mom, put her in the car, and then drove her to that house, to the producer's house. And then the next day when he showed up, the little girl was leaving out of the house, all fucked up looking, and the mom was rushing her. And I was like, what the fuck? What kind of shit is this? But they did put that in the movie. So again, with that culture, this guy that wrote the book must have known about that golden age of that underbelly of culture in Hollywood. So he wrote about it in the book. And that's in the book, I believe. So don't know what page it's on, but it's in there towards where Tom goes and meets up with that Hollywood producer. Now,
That was a long-winded story to get us there.
Right, yeah,
That was
but
the
you'll be
lawyer.
able to cut it.
That was the lawyer, JJ. JJ.
The master producer will be able to fix that.
Holy
You'll be able to
shit.
edit that.
No, but to summarize that story, what you're alluding to is if we go back to the Epstein situation.
Right.
So Epstein, most people.
Hey, Gary, put a picture of Epstein up there.
I can do it in post.
There you go.
Hey, but the lawyer's name was Robert Duvall.
No, that's the actor's
The
name,
actor,
Robert Duvall.
the actor's name was Robert Duvall.
Right.
And he actually said he'll never work with Steven Spielberg because he said something controversial that Steven Spielberg was like, yeah, fuck you. He said, fuck you, I don't need your movies. So, and he's doing pretty well.
Yeah,
So,
he did all
yeah,
right.
he did all right for himself.
So as you were saying,
So yeah, back to the Epstein story. So that's why if you hear a majority of people either conspiracy related or they think it's facts that he was just killed in prison versus a suicide. Because one, being on maximum security watch, it's hard to believe that somebody of his high profile, high stature was just able to go and hang himself.
Right.
The other thing is when they got the autopsy, it showed that he had multiple fractures on his neck, which made it look like, okay, somebody killed him. You know,
Somebody strangled this fucker.
Somebody strangled him. You wouldn't get that by hanging yourself.
Where the hell is
so-
Wahoo Rick?
Right. Where's Conspiracy Wahoo?
Well, you need him for this.
Yeah.
Check to say, look under that tennis
You'll be here
court.
shortly, and we'll bring that up again with them. But again, conspiracies are conspiracies. Sometimes things happen that are a fluke, and they're not explainable.
Conspiracies are like assholes. Everyone has.
Yeah,
Everyone
has one. I mean, I guess you could get 5 different doctors to do an autopsy on Epstein, and you'll get 5 different answers, all with their expertise.
Like the early George Floyd autopsies.
Right, yeah, because one doctor's going to look and say, well, this isn't really consistent, but that could be caused because the body, when it hung itself, it went this way. That's how he got that bruising and so forth. But, again, we may never know. Because why? Dead men don't tell no tales.
True.
Exactly.
And that's
Hey,
always
fucking
been the
exactly.
case.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at John F. Kennedy, was it just one alone assassin? Or were there like 3 other motherfuckers behind the bush on the grassy knoll?
Right. Well, it's hard to believe the magic bullet theory, so I'm going to guess there might have been a couple of shooters.
It is kind of hard to imagine.
Stranger shit has
But
happened.
stranger shit has happened in the world. I mean, just last night,
I know
Josh
one
and I
thing,
were
ain't
watching a
fucking with
video.
nobody with steam
Josh
in it.
put that video up in post-production. A little kid down in Brazil.
Oh.
Him and his little sweet abuela were walking. Some car came down, hit one car, started a domino effect, and it ran over them, ran over the little boy like boom, 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 boom.
Like ran over his whole
And-
head and neck.
and the little
and the
boy
little
got
kid
up.
popped up and walked to his grandma.
Yep, and said, "Hey, grandma, you
Crazy.
okay?"
Wow.
Some guardian angels
Pull
that
that
day.
video up.
Pull that video up.
Let's give Alex a look. But yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well, I think the reason people get more skeptical when it's a person of power.
So
unless
when
it's
you
a
watch
feng
this
shui
video,
TV.
you'll see like weird shit,
unexplainable.
unexplainable,
activity.
like the magic bullet theory.
Right.
Is everything good over there?
Yeah.
We got the feng shui of that.
Okay. All right, we're good.
Yep.
Yeah. This gave it a little more chill. I gotta switch up the
So
thing.
as you're watching there, if I can direct your attention.
So up in the upper right hand corner, you'll see the car hit one
Bam.
vehicle.
Oh.
Front tire.
And he just
Ooh.
pops up. And then
And
yeah,
she
here's
just
the
lays
slow-mo.
there.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, she took the blunt. Look.
She's right there. He rolls up.
It
on
ran
the
over.
whole damn. Ooh.
Damn.
ran over her whole leg.
So
Wow.
He said like, nah, get
So
up, nah.
they theorized how the little kid was able to jump up and not be so much a broken bone or anything or a broken neck. As you can see, the tire went over his neck. And, they think when the car went off the curb, it lifted the other part of the car upwards, and that gave just enough room
Pass
where the-
over.
Yeah, where the tire passed over. And we've all probably been in situations where we did something stupid and we were like that close
Sounds
to getting
like-
fucked up.
That's-
Riding a skateboard or jumping with our bicycles
Bicycle
or
incident.
something like
Yeah.
that. So we can relate to that. And that's what they're thinking would happen with this little kid. Now, when you're watching it on video, it looks pretty fucked up.
Right.
So it looked like, man, that kid should have got fucked up
Yeah.
like a sweet little abuela.
yeah.
She just
She took a hit.
she took a hit.
Wow.
So do you
Right.
think he just got really fucking lucky, or something was looking out for him?
Man.
Oh, looking out for him.
Some kind of divine intervention.
Intervention, divine. Well,
Yeah.
I guess people, because it's in Brazil, and Brazilians being like most Latinos or Hispanics are very superstitious. So they would say that. They'll be like, hey,
Yeah, God fearing.
Yup, God fearing. They're gonna go home and burn like fucking a dozen candles and
Get some
and
sage going.
Yeah, get some sage going. So maybe like short. I don't know. Maybe a short round has like a Buddhist little thing like most Asians do when you walk into their home. they had that Buddhist little decorative.
Oh, the Buddha.
The Buddha with the ancestors. So when you walk in the front door, that's like the first thing you see because it's either at the top of the stairs.
Grab an incense.
You know, it's got incense in it.
Yeah,
I don't know if Short Round has something like that. Does he? You know?
I'm not too sure.
We have to ask Short Round.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, they were like, hey, you know, fucking this guardian angel was looking up for him. And I think, yeah, that kid was fucking just lucky as fuck.
I was gonna say, doesn't science have to play into it though? We could talk about all that stuff,
Right.
but isn't it just
Divine
a matter
intervention.
of, yeah.
Well, yeah, they were saying there's apparently there's some gene that is kind of like a mutant gene.
Oh,
That
right.
apparently this is real that people have that or can get or whatever. Where there's one guy, what was he in a car accident or something?
Yeah, right. So they gave a couple of case studies, but they didn't show us any names or nothing. But there's a gene that everybody has.
Not
And-
everybody.
Well, not everybody.
It's like
I thought-
it's a mutant gene there.
well, it's a mutant gene in the body, and I thought they were gonna go into the Incredible Hulk thing.
No,
I was
it
gonna
gave.
say, only Captain America.
Yeah, exactly.
Hulk, and
This,
Iron Man
But it's
have
called
it.
the LR5.
This guy,
or
he got
something.
into like a bad accident, but he didn't have no broken bones. And when they did his test and everything, they found that apparently his bone density was like that of like a grizzly bear, like how tough their bones are.
Of 10 grizzlies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently there's this
Fucking
mutant
Wolverine.
gene
Yeah.
that some people have or whatever, and their bones are just
So
hard as shit.
you're right.
Okay.
So they call it the LR5 or something, and they said that people have this mutated gene. But I remember back in the early 70s or late 80s or early 80s, there was some studies of people with abnormal strength that would get that adrenaline rush when something bad was happening. You know, like an accident or something. Somebody would just get that little extra oof from adrenaline. Now, whether this guy got that also or so forth, who knows? So,
Right.
but then they don't really give you like a clear picture of this guy or what he did or where the accident happened. Like, here's the photos of him and here's the photos of the accident. I mean, I don't know how bad this car accident. Your car accident was pretty bad, you know.
Yes, it was.
So, just in case lawyers are watching. So,
I hurt to this day.
Better call Saul.
yeah, so, but I mean, you know, adrenaline. We've all had adrenaline rushes from being close to near-death accidents or whatever the case may be.
But wouldn't that wear off, and then all of a sudden you're in a hospital with a full body cast? I don't know how far adrenaline can take you when you get run over by a car.
Right.
That is true. So you got a good point there. You got a good point.
In other words, everything you just said was complete fucking bullshit.
Divine intervention.
We're just chalking up with divine
Somebody
intervention.
got lucky.
Somebody just got fucking lucky, right? That's what you would say to somebody like, man, you just got fucking lucky.
You dodged a bullet.
You dodged a
You used one of your
bullet.
9 lives.
Yeah, until like death comes for you again. I think I forgot who that was, but they lived through some kind of shooting, but then like a year later, they got shot. So that's kind of like that Final Destination.
Final
shit.
Destination, I was going to say, it's like a movie.
You know, you dodged this bullet, but then somewhere down the line,
Right.
you're brushing your teeth and you actually push the toaster in the
He fucking choked on a Twinkie.
Right. Some buffoonery death.
Hey,
did you know?
I'm gonna walk in Jay's room and find him like that
Yeah.
with a fucking Twinkie hanging out his fucking mouth.
It won't be honorable, I'll tell you that much. A troll's death
Momo trying to resuscitate me.
on the toilet.
Hey, Moon was
A couple of
pressing.
these sour punch straws up in its mouth.
Moon was pressing on your chest while trying to eat the Twinkie.
Momo looking at you like, help me, motherfucker.
You didn't fix my leg, bitch.
Say, Moo, he's gone. He's gone.
Moo just lifts a leg.
He's dead to me.
He's fucking dead to me.
He's dead to me. Fuck it. So, all right, well, on that note.
So case closed on that.
Yeah. So,
I was gonna say, back to that child trafficking. You guys think they should do like a formal investigation into Hollywood for this type of
where
shit?
would you start? I mean, everyone.
I think at the big names associated with it.
But hold on. But where do you start with the traffic?
MGM.
The Hollywood trafficking. But look how many wannabe stars
Start
are
at
out
the
there.
studios. That's
Look
where it all
at how
started
many
from.
wannabe parents want their kids to be stars. So they're willing to pimp out their kids for that.
Well,
little
that's what
price
you're
of
doing
fame-
is you're pimping
of
them
fame.
out.
Isn't that why
Right?
Megan?
Right.
I mean, you see it
You're
on
gonna
the
have
summer.
you're gonna have to
right
pull
there.
your pants
Right.
down for them, but it's okay.
Why do you think these guys did this for? They didn't do this for like a year or two. They did this for like 20, 30 years. Weinstein, Epstein.
You're talking.
Yeah.
Well, they
Like,
did.
decades.
I'm
but
saying
the
in general.
Look
culture
at that,
in
decades.
Hollywood's been doing it since the 1920s.
Like you said, right,
Yeah.
right.
So-
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
Betty
Boop. Yeah. I'm sure the dudes are, yay, Betty.
Right.
Well, no, I'm gonna say, isn't that how Megan Fox got blacklisted because she was trying to speak out on things like that, of being like sexually harassed from like producers and directors and shit.
Okay, I can see.
And when she
there's-
spoke
there's
out
a
about it,
difference
then she
Yeah,
got-
but what's her excuse for being with MGK now? Then that's a whole nother ballgame.
She likes him. He has a good personality.
So
He makes her laugh. Holy shit!
it's the tattoos, man. the bad boys.
He makes her giggle.
Yeah. No, nobody
Oh, that's
knows.
innocent enough.
Nobody knows him like she does, and no one knows her like he does.
He knows me like nobody else.
Right.
But wasn't she dating the producer from the Transformer movies?
Oh yeah.
Who produced the Transformers movies? Jerry Buckenheimer? Was it a Jerry Buckenheimer?
course.
Oh,
Sounds like a fucking pedophile.
Well, whatever.
probably not the correct name pronunciation, but yeah, I know exactly what you're
Okay,
talking
so she was willing to
Buckenheimer.
date this.
about.
His name is Jerry. That's it.
Buckenheimer.
His name is Jerry. That says everything. Everything you should
That gave it away right there.
JJ
Gary
Buckenheimer.
Buckenheimer.
Yeah, that gave it away right there, Jerry.
Jerry.
J.J. Abrams.
So she's willing to date this old ass dude for fame to be in this movie.
Well, maybe
But then when their relationship soured,
maybe
now-
she really liked him. Maybe he made her laugh. no one knew her like he did.
I like
Yeah.
Bean still has the Disney innocence in him. At least somebody thinks something's pure still in this
He
world.
had a great personality.
He had a great personality. So maybe like if she was like trying to speak out, and all these other women actors are trying to speak out also, then again, but you subject yourself to doing sexual or to dress a certain way and all that to be in show business.
Oh, okay.
To be photographed. But then when you get that fame,
You know what?
now you're like, oh man, fuck, they never leave me alone. That
Hey.
sucks. My life sucks.
Hey.
Now I live in this big fucking house and I have to stay here.
Wait,
Right.
So it's always like,
wait to fucking villainize the victim, Jerry. You fucking dick.
so
They brought it on themselves.
So I don't know what villainizing the victim means, but I'm just stating
Everything
that,
you're doing right now.
But I'm just stating that all of a sudden it's like now that you got what you wanted, now you're like flipping it and saying, you know, I had to put up with this and that. Well, everyone has to put up with bullshit at their job, you know. But your career,
You
you're
shouldn't have to deal with sexual harassment, Jerry.
if you have a job.
if you have a job and you're not collecting, well, you can't collect that $600 no more.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Go get a goddamn job.
Go get a job. There's plenty out there.
That's what I told you. I said, Jay finding a job isn't the problem. It's
No.
it's him actually going to it.
And then keeping
Yeah.
it.
And
Right.
keeping
it.
Yeah, he can definitely find them. That resume is sparkling.
Your boss
Inventory
like,
analyst.
your boss really liked my resume.
Absolutely.
So hey, Mike,
Thank you for the offer.
Right.
But I wasn't fucking coming anyway. I wasn't gonna come anyway.
I might have to show up there one day after the new year.
It might still be available. Just being honest.
So after the new year, we'll see where I'm at. So
Hopefully you don't have to go through the casting calls that Megan Fox has.
casting calls.
You're gonna check your schedule and see if you can
Right.
see if you can pencil him in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pencil them into that. So yeah, Megan Fox, the casting calls, the casting couch. I believe there's a porn site called Casting Couch.
There's no belief, you know there is.
Google
Yes.
it.
Yes, Google it.
You've been quite the visitor.
I've been quite the visitor for about 2 minutes, and then I'm out.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, 2 minutes, man. Delete history.
You kind of looked up like Big Brother was watching you right there. 2 minutes, man. Let me put my
britches back up.
Oh my God. John handed me his phone to look at a picture.
Came out.
John had me on his phone to look at a picture, and so I looked, and he said, "Yeah, there's a couple more on there." So I scrolled to see the other ones, and apparently I just scrolled one too far, and I was just like,
Looking at his penis.
Like Drake said, you can be upset if you keep scrolling to the left.
John was like this. I was like, oh, fuck.
Trying to woo a Sacagawea out there in the dark web.
Yeah, he does the habitual Brett Favre.
He's a habitual Brett Favre, man. I don't.
Hey, come on now. You know we all did it.
I'm gonna look up.
You know we all took a picture of our penises.
We're not pointing fingers,
Right.
but hey, some people get lonely up in this little chateau.
Show and tell with Little Chuck.
Hey,
Sometimes,
I hope that's not the reason why Moo Moo's leg is broken.
no, it's not. But it gets lonely up in this chateau.
Controversy. I like that word, chateau.
Yeah.
Word of the day.
So,
There's
but
nothing
it's a
wrong
nice
up
little
in
chateau.
this. There's nothing wrong up in this chateau.
But
Country of origin.
Yes.
And at least he has a chateau.
He does.
Yeah.
I like this little chateau.
Thank you.
I don't know if I'd be sitting on that couch.
I know I couldn't be.
The casting couch.
Hey, there's no juice on this couch.
Yeah, just come on in. just put your resume right there.
Sounds like a goddamn carnival attendant. Those guys aren't creepy at all.
Yeah, just put it right there.
2 tickets right here. What a shame.
You want some water, huh?
You want to be in Hollywood? Here's your start. Let's go. What do you
You want to be a
think?
big star. You're going to be a big star.
I was like, John sometimes talks like a 1920s villain.
Gary Weinstein.
I'm going to make you a big star. That's what I want to do. I'm going to make you a really, really big star.
Yeah. You'll never fucking catch me alive, copper.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah, you see?
You know?
Yeah,
Your name is going to be on the Hollywood Walk. Come on.
You're a dame in the big city, you see?
You're going to be the next Jameson.
would you like some of this pink Kool-Aid?
But that's the thing. Who will actually knock down the pillar of this Hollywood, mistreatment? Like it's too. It seems like it's too big of a.
The machine's
cloud.
too big.
The machine's too big to actually take down the whole
Because
thing.
the tentacles are everywhere.
Right.
And
you hear more and more come out every day.
you could
Maybe
be
there's
right.
more signs that
But-
it will be taken
Well, maybe
down,
like
but-
they do. You start at the local, like how they do drug dealers. Get the local guys, get them to turn on the big guys. Sense.
but it's,
Right.
Go after the small producers
but,
and get them to
but
go after
whenever-
the big
I
producers.
think whenever you try to oh God, how can I say? Everything's always.
Unfortunately, you'll never be able to
sexualized.
wipe it out.
I don't think so. Not something
Like
like
you
that
said, the
because
machine.
you have so many willing young people that are willing to
They're seduced by the fame
Yeah,
and the
by the
glory
fame
and
and-
the lifestyle.
Yep, the lifestyle going to Hollywood and the Hollywood Hills. You've been out to LA, you've been out to California.
Correct.
You see the big houses out in the hill, and the private neighborhoods and stuff.
Jay, what would you do for $20? What wouldn't I do? I'll be a star.
I'd be a star looking at the moon.
All he needs is a Klondike bar. Forget $20.
Terry said, the better question is, what wouldn't I
You
do?
had me with the super chill, man.
What wouldn't I do for a Snicker?
Off-brand.
Oh, brand shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would stop it. I mean, because look at how many. There's the big names like the MGMs, the Marvel, all them. But how would you stop something like that? Because there's also the little movie production places. I mean, then.
They're called porn sites.
Well, how would you stop that? I mean,
Yeah.
that's sexualizing women, you know.
But
And-
then you even have the gay community now coming out. You've got Ellen, out of all people.
Yeah, I heard she's a fucking bitch.
Yeah,
Ellen
apparently the
DeGeneres, who
bitch-
looks like America's sweetheart.
America's sweet
favorite
LIB.
lesbian, right?
Fucking lesbian, the sweetest lesbian you would.
Apparently she's a dick.
But apparently
That's
she's
what
a
it
dick.
sounds like, right?
Yeah,
I
so
think
And there's a
all
lot of,
Who
celebrities
knows
are
what's
dicks.
real?
And there's a lot of people that work on her show that
All
are
of
attesting
them.
to it too.
Yeah.
well then
There's an
again,
investigation going on. Yeah.
you see,
So what are the accusations that she's just?
And she can't
I
dance
don't.
either.
I heard some from Short Round. I don't know her personal allegations, but I know people on her show are being investigated
For what?
For racism, bullying. I think this.
and that probably does
Yeah.
happen there because I think even Steve Harvey, when he was on the set of either Family Feud or whatever, he would put out a memo. His assistant, because you have assistants that delegate whatever, and I guess he told his assistant, make sure you tell people on the set when I'm there not to talk to me. And maybe because he's trying to get his, his mind together and to be funny, but on camera, or maybe he's just a dick.
But then,
Right.
then it just comes off as a dick.
Right, because he's like, hey, don't come up to me asking me how the fuck whatever it is. If you don't need to be talking to me, don't talk to me.
Right.
I only need people that I need to speak to.
Well, look how hard it is to be a comedian nowadays.
Yeah. Oh my
you
God.
almost can't say anything. The cancel culture. You can't.
See,
do
I don't understand that
anything.
word cancel culture. What is that?
To me, what it is, it's the younger generation. It's basically taking somebody that made one fault, one wrong move, and they're just saying we're done with them. They're out.
Right.
So don't follow them on social media. Don't support them. Don't
Yeah.
go to their shows. They're done.
So kind of
just
like what happened with one of your favorite comedians. God, what the hell is that guy's name?
Well, Chris
Louis
D'Elia got
Anderson?
canceled.
Yeah, I was about to say
Who?
that guy.
Chris D'Elia.
Chris
Louis
D'Elia.
Anderson?
Not Louis Anderson, but it's another white guy with he had his own show. He had like a beard and kind of balding.
Not Bill Burr.
Not Bill Burr, but
uh,
someone before him, or he was on Saturday Night Live. He's KJ. He used his initials.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Louis C.K.
Yeah, Louis.
You literally just said Louis.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He said
Louis Anderson.
He said Louis
Oh,
Anderson.
Louis C.K. though.
Yeah, so
he got canceled.
He was the victim of that, I believe.
He absolutely was.
He said some kind of dick joke or he said some rape
He
joke.
was masturbating in front of women.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So his actions were masturbate. So
Sexual harassment.
so who snitched on him? The women that he was masturbating in front of?
Well, apparently they were cool with it for a while too. A majority of them, like, right?
Right.
So then I don't know who exactly snitched, but it's weird anyways to start with. But should the guy be canceled?
For masturbating.
Doesn't everybody masturbate?
He's like,
Not
Hey,
in front
just-
of large groups, as the sea lion knows.
That's sending.
when John gets done, he goes,
I wish I could cancel culture my memory from that visual image. The third arm.
So C. Lewis Clark was masturbating in front of
Louis Clark.
C. Lewis Clark was masturbating.
Jerry Buchenheimer.
I think Jerry Brokenheimer was a sexual assault victim too. Brokenheimer.
Oh, man.
Anyways.
So this guy was jerking in front of a group of women or a couple of women, and for a while they accepted it until one of them said, "You know what?
This is
Tired of you
This is
jerking
kind
off.
of weird. I think I'm gonna tell this to somebody."
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna tell
snowballed.
somebody.
Right.
And then someone got wind. and
Tired
said,
of you
"Yeah."
jerking
Let's
off in
get
front
rid
of
this
me.
guy.
Yep. So then they got rid of him, and
Yep.
he's been blackballed since then. Kind of like Andrew Dice Clay before this whole cancel
Yeah,
culture.
what happened to him?
I don't know. He's
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall
The Dice Man.
and he fucking broke himself off.
so Dice Clay is still out there with the Humpty Dumpty
Yeah.
fucking shit. I think he's selling hot dogs or something. This we need.
That was one of Rogan's idols right there.
Was
the
it?
Dice Man, yeah.
Wow. Has he even had the Dice Man on his show?
I
I
don't
think,
know.
I think he has, to be honest with you.
Has he?
I think he has in the
We have to
past.
fact check
Yeah.
that because You know, I think he's now surpassed 1,500 videos.
Yes, he has.
And we're on number 10.
Sure.
So about 9,000 hours ago.
Right. We're
And Malcolm
still
Gladwell
working
out
on
there.
that. Yep. We're still working on our 10,000 hours of community service.
Hey, because this one's getting long, wrap this one up, and
Okay.
then now we can start another one. Real quick.
Okay.
That's well, no, dude.
So, with all that said, Alex, we really do appreciate you being here today. Today being July 31st, a beautiful sunny day.
Enjoy
Yesterday
your
was BB's birthday. You took her out. You took her out to Crave. You bought her flowers. You probably walked around in the house in your underwear.
Did it all, baby.
Did it all. Did it all.
Did it all.
BB, happy birthday.
Happy
to you.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
baby.
So, again, thank you for showing up to Frogtown.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Yep, for the Insightful Buffoonery, because you are probably one of the founding members of it.
Wait,
we
that
did
door
thank you.
just opened.
Uh-oh.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Yeah,
The
it
house
did.
on Haunted Hill door just
Yeah,
opened.
No, it
did.
didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
It's all good. I got
Do
the
you
pistol.
believe in the supernatural?
There it is.
There it
Oh,
Okay.
is. What's up, man?
Right in
Happy
front of the
Friday.
fucking camera.
He's got those glasses on. That can only mean
There
one
he
thing.
is.
Hey, man, there ain't no fucking sun in here, man.
So we're gonna
All
wrap
right,
this. We're gonna wrap this one up, and we'd like everyone to check out the links below. Thank you,
Shout out to
Patches.
Patches Catering.
Thank you,
Patches
Patches,
Gator.
for bringing
Hey,
us
and
on.
enjoy that stimulus check you're getting.
Yeah, that last motherfucking one that you got.
Yeah.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Get a J-O-B.
All right.
If they're out
All
there.
right. Thank you.
You got snacks now?
Yeah.
Right.
Catches catering.